All right. Good morning, Global Diamond Network Origin team. Good to see all of your faces here this morning. We got lots of new people hopping on, lots of new people joining daily. This team is growing like crazy. So it's a really good time to be involved. If I haven't met some of you yet, because you're like brand new, my name's Mick Karshner. I live out in northern Idaho with my family, wife, and two kids. And I joined this on April 20th. So tomorrow is my 90th day. And since I joined on April 20th, I haven't come up for air because I know what we have here. And it's growing like wildfire. So if there's ever been a time to really focus on one thing and build it, it's right now with this. You're in the right place at the right time. So this morning, oh, I don't even have my darn camera on. Okay. Hey, there I am. So this morning I have a little bullet list here I'm going to hit, and we do these trainings every Saturday. So just so you know, Global Diamond Network is like the support system I created for this team for our private organization. So you got Origin as a whole, and there's different teams within Origin, and we are one of those teams. And so, like my upline and your upline, Michelle Zambrana, who is my sponsor, she has a team site called Rockstar Nation. Okay. And then I just, I like to create my own just so it's smaller and more intimate so we can all be together because as the business like this grows and gets gigantic, it's hard to like connect because there's so many people. So I like to do this and make it smaller, more intimate so that every distributor on the Global Diamond Network team gets their questions answered, they get taken care of, they get all the support they need. So, in a business like this, just so I've been doing this 22 years, and there's three components to building, managing, and maintaining a successful organization like this. And the three components are Origin, the company that ships the product and pays commissions. The second component is you, the distributor. And the third component is Global Diamond Network, the total support system. And so you'll hear me refer to GDN, and that's just short for Global Diamond Network. So the GDN team is Global Diamond Network. And I'm going to show you a couple new things this morning um, that you're going to want to know about. Okay, so real quick, that's the three components. Um, First thing I want to talk about is like some housekeeping stuff. So we are a startup, right? And we're in pre-launch. This company is in pre-launch, growing like wildfire, and the official launch of the company is September 12th in Orlando, Florida. I'd encourage each one of you to get there because if you're on this Zoom, the 45 of us on here, you're not here because you're just wanting to, use the product. You're here because you also want to earn income, or you wouldn't take time out of your Saturday morning to be here. So I'd encourage you to get there. One thing I wanted to talk about, little housekeeping. There was about 10,000 units of these bottles, the tri-GLP drop bottles that went out with no lines on the dropper. And it's not that big of a deal because when they started the company 7 months ago, none of them had droppers. They just said, okay, 5 drops is 0.25, 10 drops is 0.50. So when a person takes the dropper out, if they're like, I want to do, 0.50 and theirs doesn't have the line on it, they're just going to need to go like this and count the drops, just like this. Just count them until I think we've already burned through that inventory, but some of us on here have the clear ones. So just know that if you look at the dropper, 1/3 of it is 0.25, 2/3 is 0.50, full to the cap is 0.75, or an easier way is 5 drops is 0.25, 10 drops is 0.50. And so that was a little hiccup. And if some of you remember back in Monavie, when we built Monavie in the early 2000s, we had all kinds of problems. It was a startup like this, and we used to get the bottles, and you'd be pouring somebody a sample out of the acai bottle, and a big old like leaf and stick would fall out of it, and clumps of like omegas, and it was so gross. But we worked through it. We were the early pioneers, and that's what we are here. We're the early pioneers. So if you have any customers or distributors that call you and go, my thing doesn't have any lines on it, now you know what to do. Okay. Just show them, either do 5 drops for 0.25, 10 drops for 0.50, or just eyeball 1/3, 2/3, and then a full one. Okay. So that one is taken care of. In the new packaging now, it used to come in a box that looked like this, and now it comes in a cylinder like this. It's way cool. And the bottle is like, it's not even touching inside there. It's in foam. It's pressed in foam. It doesn't look like a startup company. This is sexy right here, man. This company's rocking. So I just had a customer. I enrolled Pam that got hers yesterday. She's in California. It took her 3 days to get it, and she got the new round tube, and her dropper had lines on it. So the word I got from Jesus, he went to the manufacturing and the shipping facility on Monday, and he said in the USA, every order as of Monday is going out in the new tubes, and they all have lines. So that can be behind us. So that's one thing I want to talk about on this checklist. Another thing I want to talk about is, this is a business, ladies and gentlemen, and in a business like this, there's tremendous tax benefits. And so the idea here is to create a tax problem for yourself. What do I mean by that? Well, when you start making $500,000 a year or something in a business like this, it creates a tax problem where you got to pay quarterlies and all that. It's a good thing. But with that said, save every single receipt, document everything. Every time you buy product, every time you print off flyers, every time you drive to somebody's house to share the product, whatever. Keep really good, accurate records. And this is going to save you, 4 to 5 grand probably at the end of the year off of your taxes. So it's a benefit a lot of people don't talk about. But if you do it correctly, and get with your accountant. I'm not an accountant, but Vicky and I have been doing this for a long time. And we write off. So I write off my cell phone. I write off my square footage here in my office. I write off my internet. I write it all off. If I go buy a pen down at Staples, like this ink pen, I write it off, and I keep every receipt. So take ownership of your business. You're sitting on a multi-million-dollar entity right here. It may not look like that yet because you're just starting. But for those of you that stay started and don't quit, you're going to build a heck of a business here. And you're going to need the tax write-offs because you're going to make a lot of money. I'm just preparing you, okay? So taxes, and consult with your accountant, once again, because I'm not an accountant. Now, we're almost done. And then we're going to open this thing up for discussion. And I don't want anybody on this team to ever be shy and think, well, I don't want to ask about that. Well, I want every question. So I'm going to talk about something called place and replace. So the feedback I've been getting, tomorrow's day 90 since I started, the feedback I've been getting over the last 89 days, the only complaint I've heard is that people can't seem to have enough product because people want it so bad. It's in such high demand. And so, one lesson I learned in a business like this with a consumable product that's viral like this, if you run out of product, you are out of business. You're dead in the water. So you don't ever want to run out of product. And what you actually want to do, for those of you that want to make more than just like beer money or gas money in this thing, like you're wanting to make a full-time living and income, 6 figures plus, like you want to build a big business. What you want to do is have plenty of inventory so you can place and replace. So I can see Joe Keller right next to me, so I'm gonna pick on you, Joe. So if Joe was my neighbor across the street and he came over and he said, "Hey Mick, I want to get started in that thing with you, and I want to start with 2 bags of this Ignite product, these bags," um, and I sign him up as a distributor, he's gonna leave out of my house with one of these bags in his hand, and he's gonna start on it that same day. What this does is it creates zero lag time. And so when I called it place and replace, what do I mean by that? Well, when Joe's order arrives in the next few days, he's simply going to replace the bag that I placed with him. Place and replace. This is how we made millions of dollars in Monavie. We always had lots of cases. We bring in a new distributor, we send them out with a case. And I'm talking your local market. We don't do this if they're out of your area, but local market in your own hometown. You want to be prepared to place and replace, and it creates zero lag time, and you hit your goals way faster because now the person, instead of waiting days to start getting the experience of the product, which is the star of the show, our product, they're getting their experience immediately. So by the time the product gets there, they're already fired up. Man, this stuff's making me feel good. And so you just took the lag time and made it zero. You guys get this? Nod if you get. Okay, place and replace. So what you want to do is have, I've always got, 15 or 20 of these like boxes of this. Now they're going to be in the round cylinders and bags of this. I'm ready. Like I'm prepared for success because the other way it's slow and painful. It takes a long time. And that's for those of you building in your local market, and I encourage you to do so in your local market because home tasting parties now with this pink drink. Oh my gosh, this thing gonna be hot, and I just did a streamed into Hilo, Hawaii to my Hawaiian team. Reed and Ty and Galen are spearheading the launch of the Hawaiian Islands, and they're growing fast over there in Hawaii. So if you know anybody in Hawaii, you better pick up the phone and call them because if you don't, they're going to be in that business. So I'm warning you. Something like this that's viral, when it hits the Hawaiian Islands, it spreads fast. It spreads really fast, and they've got some very prominent, like political people already in this that have major influence over there. So you guys better pick up the phone if you know anybody in the Hawaiian Islands. But um, those guys, I streamed into the Hawaii group and did a meeting, and they just put me up on a flat screen and they packed out Reed's photography studio with people. And I just streamed in there, showed the plan, and then they sign them all up and they're sending the people out with product. So they're already doing what I'm talking about. And that's why it's blowing up so fast. Like Reed, he didn't join me till like a month ago. And when I look at all my legs that I brought in, he's my A leg now, my number one leg. And he started way after most people. Like, so you guys, success leaves clues. I'm telling you how to win in this big if you start shaking up this pink drink and getting in homes. Because with the dropper, it doesn't make sense to try and walk around and drop drops under people's tongues. It's unsanitary. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you understand now place and replace. Okay, now I'm going to screen share real quick. And those of you that have been in a while, you already know right where I'm going. One of the stops is Global Diamond Network. This is your team support site right here. And it's got everything on it that you need to win, and it's ever changing. What I mean by that, we're in pre-launch, we're in beta, we're not even launched yet. So this thing is evolving by the day. Like today, I just made an update in here. Okay, I'll show you. Um, but no doubt the number one most important tab on this whole site is the first one. That's why it says step number one, start here. new distributor orientation. Watch this before you do anything. And so, for those of you that want to win and win big here, every time you enroll a new distributor, the very first thing you do immediately upon their enrollment, because of our 48-hour 1% global bonus pool deal, you got to have them watch this step one start here immediately. Otherwise, if you don't, they call you up. I only have 3 hours. I just saw I have to get two people. And they're going to be whining and crying and scrambling to try and get it done. Versus if you get them here immediately upon enrollment, and that's you being a responsible sponsor. Okay. That's your job, to be a responsible sponsor and point your new distributor to here. Their odds of hitting the 2 and 48 is sky high. Most people do. Very few don't. Very few don't. So that's the most important tab. Now, the other ones, I'm not going through them all, but you need to know what's in here. You need to go through every one of these tabs so that when you have a new distributor that asks you a question, instead of you answering it, you point to the tool. Like if someone's asking me about comp plan, I don't explain it. I do not explain it because it's not duplicatable. Do I know the plan inside and out? I'm an expert on the comp plan. But if somebody asks me a comp plan question, I don't explain it to them. I say, go to Global Diamond Network, scroll down till you see compensation plan and click on it. And I send them to the compensation plan. That's the way you do it. Why? It's duplicatable. Like who can do that? Anybody. Who could get on my whiteboard here behind me and go write out the whole comp plan? I can, but most can't. It's confusing. Confusion slows growth. You always want to point to the tool. Okay. If somebody's like, where can I watch the replay from last night? That was a great opportunity, Zoom. You don't send it to them. You say, go to globaldiamondnetwork.com, scroll down till you see Origin Zoom replays. You guys getting this? Point, 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 point. You get this duplicating in depth in your organization. This is how you'll build, manage, and maintain a long-term successful business here. Okay, this is the most important part of your whole Origin business, is this site right here, Global Diamond Network. So I want to show you what I just added. Remember when I said, as a business starts growing like this, you got all these teams and there's so many people, it becomes not personal and it's not intimate anymore. And we all just kind of feel like a number, like we're not heard. Okay. So I just added our own Global Diamond Network team Facebook page, and you see it right here under how to take your products. And if you click on that, it takes you to Global Diamond Network Facebook page. Okay. And this is brand new. And you're going to want to get in here. And the first thing I did is I went right here and put all the new ranks. So let's just click them real quick. Christy Applegate, brand new gold. Congrats. Keith and Taya Ellis from California, golds. Philip Mello from California, gold. Look at all these Callies. Suzanne, California, silver. Oh, Canada, our very first silver in Canada, the Guthries. Jerry and Teresa, Trudy Hart Peterson, brand new silver. John and Liz Inner, silvers. Greg and Cindy Leonard, silvers. Oh, Keith and Taya, that's when they hit silver, and Christy. So there they all are. And this is going to be a spot where, it's smaller and more intimate. It's just for the Global Diamond Network team. And you can see right here on the banner on this group, Origin plus you plus GDN. That is the three components necessary to grow, build, manage, and maintain a long-term successful business here. So we've got it. We've got everything we need, you guys. Everything is in place. And so with that, that's all the bullets I had. So now let's open this baby up for discussion, because that's where we learn the most, is when questions get asked So go ahead and unmute and ask a question. Don't be shy.
I have one.
Good morning,
Good
Annie.
morning. Good morning. I love the Facebook group because I always have so many things that I like want to bounce off of other people. And, it can't always be you.
Yeah,
Ideas and stuff.
sure.
One thing that Erin said that has been just bounce around in my brain on her training or when she was on the call, she said, get to know the presentation, practice the presentation, practice the presentation. So how, I mean, obviously we see the slides, we've seen other people do it, but there maybe, everybody does it a little bit every different every time, kind of, or you do it different from Michelle, blah, blah, blah. So what's the best way to do that?
Well, let's go to Global Diamond Network. Are you surprised I said that?
Broken record.
I do sound like a broken
No,
record,
it's good. It's
but
reinforcement.
it's the third one from the bottom,
Right,
presentation slide deck. So you click that thing,
right.
it takes you to these Canva slides. And this is the one that we've been seeing. And
Yep,
this is ever changing too. Michelle just changed another slide on it. Um, but all as you need is a free Zoom account.
right.
And then you go to Zoom and you click screen share, pop this thing up, and then up in the upper right where it says present right
Yep,
there, you click that, and boom, it goes to full screen. And then you just
Outside of them shots making you
click through
sick.
the slides.
right.
One drop
Well,
a day, that's the
I
real
guess my
deal.
question is more
You don't
specifically,
know?
people are saying things with the slides.
If you got drops,
Uh-oh, hold on.
I know.
try chill, be the way
I love that song, but I don't want it playing right now. There we go.
So
Okay.
just the dialogue that goes along with the slides. Obviously, you can read the slide. Is it
Yeah.
something that we need to do more than that, or is that just good enough for the beginning and just, you know, put it up there, do the best you can and then just get better as you go? Is
You
that
know
the
what, Annie? It's just bullet points.
okay? And just
So
reading
it's,
them or just going over them and then
yeah,
adding whatever little information that you know is accurate to it.
it's bullet points just to keep you on track. If you notice, like most of us, when we do that slide deck, we don't read everything on there. We just
Right.
kind of hit on a few highlights. But you could, like, you
That's
could just
yeah,
read the whole thing. But it's more like bullet points as you're talking, people are looking at it and reading it and listening to you at the same time.
right.
And
Okay.
I'm so glad you asked this question because that was on my thoughts to add to my hit list on here was start STP and showing the plan. Like when I first met my mentor 22 years ago, he told me, and back then we didn't have slide decks, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't, that's how long ago, how old I am. We did everything on the whiteboard. The whole presentation was drawn with a Sharpie. But I remember him telling me, Mick, the guy that makes all the money or gal is the one with the Sharpie in front of the room. The more you show this plan, the more money you'll make. He goes, don't rely on somebody else, do it yourself. And I took it to heart. I got me a whiteboard, got me a tripod, got me some markers and erasers, and man, I started lugging that thing home to home to home to home and showing the plan. And I became a multimillionaire doing that. And so nowadays, Zoom is the Sharpie. You guys got that? Like technology. Zoom is the new Sharpie. But I'm still though a very big proponent on the home tasting parties, especially with this pink drink. It's delicious. If you chug one of these on an empty stomach in about 20 minutes, like, whoa, and there's no stimulants in it. I don't know why it does what it does, but it'll light your fuse up, man.
I know.
I'm telling you, this stuff is,
I know.
you just chugged one. That's why you're grinning. Okay.
Okay.
Did that answer it, Annie?
Yep. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for reminding me on that. You guys, don't be afraid to show the plan. Please, you can't do it wrong. And remember, if you're showing the plan to a guest that's not involved in this yet, you know more than they do, right? You got that? You know more than they do. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. You got that? That's a kind of funny way to say it. I got that from a guy named Larry Thompson. He was the guy that started Herbalife with Mark Hughes way back in the day. That guy taught me a lot. Larry Thompson. Okay, Andrew. Oh my gosh, where you been, man?
Working, man, working, doing things I'm not supposed to do. That I should have been doing this the way this things
Uh,
lit up. So just coming in on one knee, laying on my own sword. I've been inactive, but I'm ready to kick in, man. I couldn't. Every time I think about it, and all the other things take over my schedule, I'm thinking, you know what? I got to get to Origin. I got to get started. Mick made it so simple for me. He broke it down. This is it's hot. I'm early for a change, not late. So my question is too about the product. That pink drink, that's the ignite powder.
correct.
Okay, got it. And you said because I hadn't. Okay, got it. So that's the play. And my question is also, what did the scientific studies? Because GLP-1's got that PDF, and I mean, the drops are just all the rage and all the science behind it. What is the difference? Is there any kind of loss by going through the stomach and not getting under the tongue?
Great question. Okay,
Okay.
so in Los Angeles, that meeting was incredible, by the way. If you guys can get to Houston, please get to Houston because we're going to hear it again. But the studies, like all the clinical trials, the published studies, the FDA claims, all of those things were written off of the powder. So, but also to answer your question, the drops are very, very, very condensed. They're very potent. So we're basically taking a micro dose of these drops because when they go under the tongue, they're 98% bioavailable, gets right into the bloodstream. So the drink has to go through the stomach lining and all that stuff. And so there's way more of the active ingredient called Progo in the drink than there is in this. But it equals out to it's the same. So same serving size, same price, same everything, just two different delivery methods. But just so you know, one stick, so it comes in a stick pack like that, little stick. One stick of Ignite is the equivalent of 0.25 of the dropper. That answer it?
Yeah, that did. So
I just
0.25.
add on to that for you, Mick. I
Uh-huh.
just I had heard on one of the calls that so the drops, like you said, it's condensed. You're getting about 250 milligrams versus the drink powder has 4,000 and something because it has to go through the
Correct.
digestion. So yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. That's
It's a
that's
it's a different feeling on the drink. Do you guys know? Yeah, I see heads nodding. Yeah. Like I don't get the energy boost on the dropper myself. Some people said they did. But boy, that drink, man, we got a tiger by the tail with that thing. That right there alone will be $1 billion deal. Just that pink drink.
so I missed my second part of my question, Mick, is I missed my opportunity for the 1% pool.
Okay.
I mean, I'm because I
Oh,
just
you're asking me?
yes, sir. It's my first time
Oh,
hearing that.
no, you did not.
Okay.
So just so everybody knows, Andrew came in on a free position. Smart man, because he got a ton of people under him already. But he hasn't placed his order yet. And so when you place your order, that's when your 48-hour clock starts ticking.
Beautiful. Got it.
Cha-ching!
Ting ting. I needed to hear that. And great to see everybody this morning. Fantastic. Glad we all made it.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
man. All right.
Who's
Thank you,
next?
man.
I'll just pop back in real quick because I just wanted to say cheers. I
Oh, I
got my
love it. Drink it or drop it. Drop it and drink it.
Mhm.
I just did a reel right before we hopped on here. I do a reel every day. It's how I get so many leads and people to talk to. And um, I did the reel and took the dropper, and then I'm like, well, I got to be drinking a pink. So man, I'm really lit up right now. I got I got the dropper in me, I got the drink in me, I got 2 cups of coffee in me. My stomach's empty because I intermittent fast. I'm like, but you guys, I jumped on the scale again this morning. I'm holding right at 175, my high school weight, and I'm 63 years old. I'm in better health now and shape than I was 10 years ago in my 50s. Like this stuff's incredible. And we've only been on it just for like 90 days. I can't even imagine a year from now. Alicia,
Can I tell them what I
oh,
showed you the other day or told you about
what's
the other
that?
day? So I have this new fitness scale, and it does all these different markers. Andrew, you get this, right? In the all that, anybody in the fitness thing. So I'm just nerding out on it, right? And they have this tracker, so it has like 11 different things that it's tracking, and one of them is body fat. I'm 60, so I'm wanting to be in a healthy zone. Okay, I started taking the drink on Monday. I got the scale on Monday. I took it Monday afternoon. It's gone from 29.7. This is personal information, but don't hold it against me. 29.7% body fat to 28.7. And the only thing that I changed was that I was having 2 pink drinks a day. In fact, I've worked out less because I got bit by a dog, so I
Wow.
haven't been able to use my fingers. So okay, yes, those scales can be a little bit fussy. You got to be hydrated, you got to be consistent, but I've consistently taken it at the same time of the day in the same state, like just being very consistent about that. And I'm like, even if it's half of that in 5 days, that's pretty amazing. And I can tell in my clothes and my shorts, they're a little bit looser, which is where it's going to show up. But I'm just blown away. So, of course, every day I get up and I'm like, yes, do my scale and get my pink drink, and we're on our
Yeah.
way. I just
What's
thought
the
I'd tell
name
you
of
that.
that scale? Like what's it called?
It's called an Eero or Eros, Eros. Yeah, and somebody was
Euro.
selling it on Marketplace. So I think they're like $100 on Amazon. So,
Okay.
but yeah,
So
it's very cool.
interesting point there. What we're seeing is people that are in really good shape already don't really see pounds disappear, but they see their body physically transform. And my wife Vicky is a good example. She works out 6 days a week, every morning, 5 a.m., pumps iron. She's ripped. And she, no matter what she's ever done, she just stays at about her weight, which is like, she around here? No, 145, I think, or 140, something like that. And she just stays. It never fluctuates, but a pound or two up or down for years. So she gets on this product, and now she's on the pink drink, and she's been taking it every day before her workout as a pre-workout. And she has a section in our walk-in closet that is the I don't fit in those anymore, so they stay over in this corner. You guys, she's wearing now shorts and jeans that she hasn't fit into for over 2 years. And she is tickled pink. Like, if you saw her before and after photo, it's very evident. But if you look at those before and afters, you would think, oh, that gal lost some weight. She didn't lose any weight at all, but her body completely changed. Like, it's amazing what this stuff does. Okay, Alicia Kaufman, my buddy. Alicia and Tim out in Florida. Alicia's been
Hi.
tearing it up.
Hey,
Good
we
morning.
are on our way. I thought I took my camera off.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay. Yeah. So we're on our way to a vacation.
Yay.
Yeah. So it's like I hear about slow starts and all of that. I'm just like excited about vacation, but chomping at the bit too to be done and make more calls. So anyway, um, okay, so someone you said, okay, so we've got that 48-hour time clock, but it sounds like you said someone could get a free account to hold their place, and then they can decide to order later, and then their time clock goes at that point in time
Yeah.
or starts.
Yeah.
Okay, is that still available? I mean, I prefer, of course, for people to order right away. but that isn't
It
one.
is.
That's an option.
It is, and you're correct, Alicia. The goal is always get a person on the product because it's the star of the program. But, life happens to some of us and things happen and we see the opportunity and we're like, I'm not ready right now, but man, I want in and I'm going to tear this up later. So that's a way that people can do it and still secure their position. What is important to note though, and this happened to a few people, so listen closely. If a person orders product from your link as a customer and then they upgrade to a distributor later, the clock started when they ordered as a customer. It's based off the first order. So just let people
Oh,
know that if they're like, I think I want to try it. And then if it works good for me, then I'll probably do the business. Tell them just join as a distributor if you have even a little thought of promoting this. And that's why.
okay. That's really good to know
Yeah.
because I had someone I think could potentially be a future distributor, but I literally had just met him. He was an Airbnb guest. So I put him in as a customer because
So
I
what?
didn't realize the
Okay.
clock started ticking. And I thought, well, this way I'll make 50% instead of putting him in the tree and have him kind of be a dead spot in the tree, um, you know, for not
Another
reproducing.
learning experience. And Alicia
Yeah,
and I have been talking a lot and learning a lot together. And I'm going to share what happened yesterday, Alicia, just so everyone else knows.
sure. I thought you
So
were going to mention that.
no, that's how we learn. Okay.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yesterday, Alicia was going to bring in a couple people, and she had one she wanted to go on her left and one on her right. And if you guys notice in step one, start here on Global Diamond Network, the new distributor orientation, I talk about how to set your leg and how you have to scroll down and click save settings on the blue button. Well, in her excitement, Alicia was very excited and she had two people to put in and she went and changed her leg, but she forgot to click the save settings blue button. So the person went on the other leg. And in this company, for integrity reasons, which I'm a fan of. We want to do it with integrity, no moving people around and stuff. Um, Once they're in, they're in. You can't move them. So there's a couple of options when something like that happens. Number one, you need good people on both sides, but sometimes somebody will request, I want to be on this side. In that case, you got to scroll down and hit the blue save settings button as I displayed in the new distributor orientation on Global Diamond Network. Um, but if by chance it happens, one workaround is you could just go in there and create a second account with a new username, a new password, a new email, a new phone number, and then enroll them in that one and then let the other one just click it off the auto ship and it'll purge out of the system in 6 months for being inactive. So that is the way around it. And keep in mind, you can only have, I think, 3 accounts per household. So if you're trying to use the same address and stuff, keep that in mind. Got it? Thank you,
Yeah,
Alicia.
so in other words, somebody can order and then they maybe 2 months and they say, okay, of course, I don't know why they'd want to click off, but let's say they click off and then order again in another 2 months, they're still in the tree. It has to be a
Yeah,
6 month period of inactivity to get
correct.
purged. Okay.
And the company will send the person that's getting ready to get purged an email and say, hey, on this date, you'll be purged from the system unless you place a product order. They also send the sponsor the email and say, Alicia, Mick Karshner is a deadbeat and he's not active and we're going to kick him out of the tree. So you can reach out to me and say, hey, Mick, you need to place your order, man. Um, One other thought, Alicia.
Yes.
You do a lot of belly to belly, which is
Yes.
awesome. And so in that same scenario next time with your Airbnb guest, what you do is you just sell them a bottle instead of having them order it through your website. And then he's like, man, that stuff's awesome. How do I get it? Then you sign him up.
That, and I had the product. I literally had him sit down with me and place the order. And this is something for people to learn too. Okay. So I had him place the order, but I had him put my address for the shipping address.
To
His
replace it.
Airbnb guy and go back to Canada. So
Yeah.
this way, then the next week, and by the way, Florida orders take a whole week, unfortunately, just for those who are on the line and want to know that. But then I got product in the mail a week later. I had to catch up with them. But what's really cool is a couple days later, he messaged me again and he said, "Hey, can I get 2 more bottles? My wife wants this too." So, and also, Nick, if you don't mind me sharing,
You're
beneficial
breaking
for
up a little
everyone.
bit. You're breaking
Okay,
up a
so,
little bit.
oh, I am.
Your signal.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's
Hold
probably
your
where we
phone up.
are. If, yeah, come back to me and I'll share it. To, maybe we'll be in a different part of the road.
No, now you're good.
Oh, I'm good now? Okay. So I try to be really fast, with the elevator pitch because, you're working with all different personalities. And, I'm one that I can't stand it when I ask somebody, oh, what's that? And then they go into this long um, lecture on what something is. So I just say, oh my gosh, I found these magic drops. They're amazing. They're anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, gut health, immune system, help your sugars. And oh man, people are losing weight too. So, I mean, what did that take? 10 seconds? And so it gets the interest up because I never know if they're interested in, what they're interested in or what they need. So I throw it all out there. And before I could finish that list, he said, gut health? Oh, wow. I have an autistic son. We've been working on his gut. I want to buy some for him and try it. So, like, if I didn't throw that out there, I may have never gotten the order. So,
Yeah.
anyway, that's
Yeah.
my 2 cents. That kind of thing
Yeah.
is helping me.
And bouncing off that, the biggest misconception is people think, oh, it's a weight loss product. It's not a weight loss product. It's way more than
Right.
that. But fat loss and muscle retention is a side effect of taking it versus the injections where the side effects are much, much, much worse. It's not good. So,
Hey,
um,
Nick,
Yeah.
can I
And
speak
I've
on
heard,
that? Do you mind?
yeah, Jason, welcome, buddy. Jason's
Thanks.
out in Texas.
Yes, yes. So, what's helped me? I mean, it's crazy. The peptide phase is obviously crazy. Everybody. I mean, your neighbor's probably taking a peptide.
Yeah.
I was on retatrutide, and obviously it's synthetic. And I've known Nick for a long time, been following him. And retatrutide worked for me. It worked really well. I lost a lot of weight. However, it's a synthetic and it came with a lot of side effects. And with the side effects, and also I hit a plateau. I wasn't losing any more weight. And for me to continue to lose weight, I had to up my dosage in retatrutide, and that was getting really expensive. So I made the switch, one, because of the side effects. Two, it wasn't sustainable, health wise and price wise. So, I mean, the switch from when I started taking the drops, within 3 days, I lost 2 pounds already, where I had plateaued on retatrutide.
Wow.
So, so the benefit for me has been unbelievable. No more side effects, and believe me, they were unpleasant side effects that I had to live with. But I was willing to go through it because I wanted to lose the weight and get healthy. So You know, you could pretty much talk to anybody out there. Everybody knows and has done research on peptides. You know, the all natural way is the better way to go, obviously, than the synthetic way. So that may help some of you guys when you're talking to folks.
Man, thank you for sharing. I'm so happy for you. And think about how many people are in your same situation.
Yes.
Millions,
Yeah.
millions. GLP-1 pharmaceutical drug is the biggest success story in weight loss in the history of the world. Nothing has ever worked as good. But there's always the but. Like you said, the expense, the negative side effect, it's just not worth it. So now we have a safe, effective, affordable alternative for people. That's
Yep.
awesome, Jason. You're going to
Yeah.
probably build a big business just because of your personal story you just told.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of people to help, brother. Thank you.
Thank
Jennifer
you.
Butler. I see your hand, Jennifer Butler.
All right. Can you hear
There
me?
she is.
Hi. Good morning.
Morning.
Question. So you did a reel or a live yesterday and you were talking about retail, like hairstylist, natural places,
Yes.
chiropractic. How do you approach them and what is that plan? Like, how do they retail it? Because you were saying they sell the bottle and then so I was just running through that in my mind, and I didn't know if it was in the Global Diamond
Oh,
Network.
that's where I
I'm sure
was.
you're going to show me, but
The broken record was going to start again. Here we go. Okay, share. I'm having so much fun. This team rocks. Oh, I didn't want that. Escape. No, escape. There we go. Okay. So Jennifer, oh, right here. One, two, three. Fourth from the bottom is Origin Retail Strategy. And just so everyone knows, I created this in a Google Doc. So I did notice if you're not logged into your Google account, this won't open, but I am logged into my Google account, so it is opening. But this is where the retail strategy lives, right here. And I broke it down, any type of client-based business. But just so you understand this, let's say Jennifer went down to her hairstylist in town and talked about the drops, and they're like, yeah, I'm interested, which they will be. Everyone's interested. You guys, I know it's hard to wrap your head around, but everyone's interested in peptides. So, this retail strategy, the way it works is you would enroll the hairstylist person as a distributor, and then they would go to their own link, their distributor link, and they would create a customer account under themselves. And I explain it in the text here, but this is so powerful. I'm explaining it live too. They order the 6 pack. It's $400, but because they're ordering it as a customer under themselves, they're becoming their own customer. And by the way, Dan Putnam, the owner of this company, is the one that taught us this. They're going to get a $200 commission. So now what just happened is they got their price per bottle down to $33.33 because now they're getting 6 bottles for $200. They retail them for $85. They're making $52 per bottle retailing this, which is unheard of. Unheard of. Like you go in a salon and they'll be selling their shampoos and all, they're making peanuts on that stuff. Maybe 5 or 10%. When they see this, they're all over it. Like I mean, that is hot as heck for anyone that likes to do retail. In gymnasiums, who owns a gym that you know? I promise you that creatine and all that stuff they're selling in those gyms, they ain't making that kind of profit. Not even close. Not even in the same ballpark. They'll jump on it. Jump on it. You just have to go show it to them. Does that answer it, Jennifer?
Yes, thank you very much.
You
One more
betcha.
question. So I'm trying to get to Houston. What's the difference between Houston and going to Florida, Orlando?
Big difference.
Okay.
Houston's limited to 200 seats. Houston's going to be 10 a.m. in the morning till 4 in the afternoon with a break for lunch and such, just like we did in LA. Dan Putnam was not in LA, the owner of the company, but he will be at Houston, and I can't wait to listen to his speech. That guy's brilliant. Like he's light years ahead. Um, and then Florida, that one's the official launch of the company. So everyone on here, if you're like, I want to make money in this, you need to go to that one in Orlando. And those tickets right now are $75, and on August 1st they go to 100. So I'd encourage you, if you're going to Florida, just go in there and get your ticket. And it's $75 right now. It'll go to 100 on August 1st. And when you buy your ticket, you can bring one guest with you that's not yet a distributor for free. Now, if husband and wife, like Vicky's going with me to Orlando, which is awesome, we got to buy two tickets, so it's $150. That's the main event. That's the launch of this company, where we go out of pre-launch and into we're launched, where it's official. So I would definitely, if you had to choose, like which one should I go to if I can only go to one, Orlando.
Hey, Mick, does anything change between, okay, we're in pre-launch, Orlando's launch. Does anything change? So when I say change, I really hope that that it stays the same as far as whenever you sign up as a distributor, that stays free. And we're in the free stage now. I'm hoping when we get to launch and beyond, it stays free. Do you know if there's any changes that's
I'm
going to
not
change between
sure.
where it is now and what it is after launch?
I'm not positive, but I have heard talk of it's going to be 1995 one-time fee when you join as a distributor. They might implement that.
Okay. All right.
Which still,
Yeah, that's
it's not even an annual fee. They said it'd be a one time.
okay.
So it's $20. What
Yeah.
is that? 3 gallons of gas?
Yeah.
So it's not enough to deter
No, I'm
anybody.
gonna get up and take pictures. I'm gonna stand up behind here and take pictures.
Andrew,
Yes, sir, Mick. Um,
gotcha.
Thank you again. You just mentioned something about this being the best. GLP-1 is the top drug, the biggest selling drug in history or whatever. Are you including, because before, I mean, I'm just saying Viagra was the number one drug beforehand, okay? And uh, that was it. So has this surpassed that stat wise?
Oh gosh, light years.
Really?
Yeah. There's a call, a 30-minute call that Dan Putnam did, and it was all about where this market is, where it's going, and the forecast for the years ahead. And that's where he threw down all these, where I'm getting some of my talking points. Like he said, GLP-1 is the most successful weight loss drug in the history of the world. And that's a true
Mm,
statement.
mm,
And GLP-1 is now the number one selling pharmaceutical drug in the world by a long shot.
wow.
Ahead of what's the one for ADHD and stuff? Is it Adderall or something like that?
Yeah. Mm,
Some popular one, way ahead of that, way ahead of Viagra. Yeah.
mm.
I
So,
mean, we could not be better positioned than we are right now.
okay, got it. So I had another question. I lost it that quick. Hang on, I'm just grabbing it. I know you. I've been on the floor for a minute. I was reading the chat. Somebody had a great question in the chat that I was trying to make sure that I was going to ask you about. Um, uh, right when I get off the mic, it's going to come back to me, right?
Uh-huh. That's
Uh,
all right. When
so,
it, you can always text me too after if it hits you.
okay, that's what I'll do that. Thanks, Mick.
Right on. Yeah, you guys, I say we couldn't have teed it up, set the stage, stacked the deck in our favor any more than it's like we couldn't have scripted this any better. Here we are in front of the world's biggest trend with what everyone wants, a safe, effective, affordable alternative to the injections.
Ooh, that
It,
really flowed.
it
You nailed that. You nailed that.
I've been talking a lot. So now it's just coming off my tongue so fast. Like I don't have to think. But when I first started, I had to think about how to say it right. So we learn by doing. Just every day, man, just talk, 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 talk.
So the video with Dan Putnam and the video that the young lady Jennifer mentioned in the chat this morning, the one I missed, I didn't know it was one this morning. Uh, don't tell me that's on the Global Diamond Network uh, link tree.
You know it. You know it. I'm gonna go there right now, real quick, and we're gonna go to Origin Zoom replays right here.
Yes,
And
sir.
the only ones that don't go here, just so y'all know, are the corporate ones. The corporate ones go in the Be Epic side of the business. Um, but yeah, these all go right here. And where's that one of Dan? Oh, you guys, this lifestyle bonus one I did 19 minutes. If you haven't seen that yet, I get on the whiteboard, and that is the driver of this business. That and the 48 hour, those two combined are what's making us break records. Those two together are hot, 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 hot. Where's that one of Dan? Let's see. Dan. Oh, it's this one
I
with
have a
the yellow
question.
glasses right here. This one.
Okay,
Watch that one, man. You won't even be able to sleep tonight after
got
that.
it, got it. I love it. Somebody
Can I
had a
ask a,
question? Sure.
yeah, me.
Yes, Renee. Mhm.
Serenity.
So yeah, I have a question about I guess the GLP-2 part being the gut health thing. I heard somebody say something about the the gut is like the second brain. Can you kind of clarify how the gut thing um has to do with your, I guess, mental health?
I can't. I one thing you'll learn about Mick, I'm not the science doctor product expert guy. I'm the business guy. But Serenity, if you go back to that site I just showed, the YouTube channel, Dr. Jeremy Thornton, man, breaks that down really clear. So I'd go watch that.
Okay, and I've been going through those one by one, and
Okay.
maybe that's where I saw that the first time. So I'll just go to try to figure out which one I saw that on.
And I guess it probably also talks about it on your site under the real science tab in the clinical studies and all that. It talks about it too.
Thank you.
You bet.
So make the on the.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Last
One
piece.
last question, then we're going to cut it off. I like to keep these at 1 hour and we just hit 9 o'clock. But
We
yeah,
did.
go ahead.
Okay, you got it. So on the YouTube one that the doctor is on, uh, the one you showed in the link tree, that was Dan, right? The yellow glasses.
That's Dan. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And the
Yeah.
one from this morning, that's on YouTube.
The one from this morning was Michelle Zambrana and a couple other gals. Oh, I think Jeremy was on there too. It was an opportunity presentation. So you'll see opportunity, you'll see product. They're all look at the title and you can tell which one. And those opportunity presentations are good to grab the link and share with a prospect and just let them listen.
Gotcha, sir. All right, appreciate you. Thank you, Mick, again.
All right, everyone. This has been great. I'm glad I hit record because we had some of the best questions. And you're going to want to make sure every one of your distributors that was not on here watches this replay, and I'll get it out to you as soon as it's processed. Okay. All right. God bless you. Everybody have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.